Hello, high levelers. I'm creating this video for agency owners out there that have created and utilized snapshots, but just having a trouble keeping the snapshots updated, deploying snapshots to all of the particular clients that you have, and how to deal with that entire scenario. My name is Ray O'Daniel. I want to thank you to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. I always appreciate your support. Now, in this video, we're going to go over snapshot uploading, how to update this snapshot with new current material, and how that process works, because it is a very delicate system in order to create the snapshot, how you should do it so you don't, in a sense, break the snapshot, but people don't realize that you can break a snapshot. And I want to show you what you can do to prevent that, and then how do you deploy your particular snapshot and any of the updates to all the clients that you have in a very easy fashion. Now, most people in the past have thought about snapshots as deploying on a one-on-one basis. That's really hard. Well, Highlevel has created a whole other system that allows you to deploy snapshots to multiple clients all at one time. So I'm excited to bring you this video. It is a little bit more of our advanced video. So I am going to be taking under account that you understand what snapshots are, as I'm not going to cover them here. I do have a couple of other videos on my channel that cover the beginnings and basics of snapshots. This is more of the advanced users, meaning you have created your own snapshot, or at least several. You have used those snapshots to create client accounts, or you have deployed that snapshot to several client accounts, and you're continually updating that particular snapshot with new features and so forth and so on. So let's go ahead and get into it. So awesome, here we go. Right now, what I'm going to demo here is my affiliate snapshot. Now, as far as Gohighlevel goes, I am a Gohighlevel affiliate. If you have not signed up for Highlevel, or if you're looking to upgrade to the $297 or $497, which is the agency pro plans, you can please use my link below. I always appreciate it. I do get compensated, but I thank you for your support. So in this example, I am going to be using my affiliate snapshot. When people do sign up under my affiliate link, I provide them a snapshot that has the basics of contact lead management and has a whole bunch of other things, a SaaS, a software as a service, onboarding funnel that really can help you out to automate the whole setting up client business. That particular snapshot is the one that I want to focus on today, because it's the one that I already have set up, so I don't have to set up a whole other scenario for you. So here, what we have is I'm inside of my affiliate snapshot sub account. Now, from the sub account, I've put everything into this account that I want to put into my snapshot, and I've actually created a snapshot in my system already that I give out. Now, one of the things I want to show you here, forgive me if I readjust, one of the things I want to show you is how the snapshots are very sensitive to how you set them up. So that may not have made much sense here, but let's hop over here real quick to this. If we come into the settings, I'm sorry, if not here. If we go to the agency settings here, notice that this affiliate snapshot is already been set up. This is the last date it's been updated, and here's the affiliate snapshot account name. So this account name is, where, what sub account you did to pull that from. Now, ultimately, the best practice when creating a snapshot is inside of your agency account to create a dedicated sub account for this particular purpose. If you have more than one snapshot, then you should use more than one sub account to create these snapshots. Now, whenever you do this, having the original sub account that you created the snapshot from is very important, that you don't delete that or think like, well, I created the snapshot, I don't need the sub account anymore, let me just get rid of it. That is a big mistake, because right now, whenever you create a snapshot, notice over here, when you create the snapshot, it keeps track of the sub account that this particular snapshot was created from. It does this so that whenever you update it or refresh it, Highlevel now knows what a sub account to go back to and update or refresh the current contents of the snapshot to. So if you delete that, then in a sense you break the ability to update the snapshot. Now, in the past, some people say, well, I already have a snapshot, so why don't I just create a new account from the snapshot that I have right? So you could do that. You've already got a snapshot here in Highlevel. You can create a whole new sub account and deploy all those items into the new sub account. Voila, you've got your sub account back again. Not really, because that wasn't the sub account that you created the snapshot from. So then what you're going to have to do is once you create, in that scenario, once you deploy that snapshot back down to a new sub account, you in turn will have to take that sub account and then create a new snapshot. You can't update the original snapshot with it. Even if you give it the same name, it'll just create two snapshots with the same name, different snapshot dates. So if you can kind of see where I'm going here, you can see how this can get kind of messed up. Now that you've created another snapshot, if you ever want to share that snapshot out, guess what? It has a different link. And we're going to talk about sharing. I'm going to cover some of the link options here, but it'll have a different link, which means all the other links that you've shared out with your clients or your affiliates, or maybe you've sold snapshots to people and it includes updates, that link will no longer work. You'll have to send out another link in this scenario with the new snapshot. You can kind of see how that would be a pain. Okay? Now, in this scenario, so the point I'm trying to make here is once you create a sub account to create your snapshots from, do not delete the sub account. Keep that sub account there. You know, if you want to, you could have limited access to it so that nobody really can get in and mess with it. But that's sort of your pristine account that you create your snapshots from. So whenever you do that, any updates or changes or improvements, for instance, let's just say Highlevel comes out with a new feature. Well, you might want to include that new feature in your snapshot. Now that you have it available, your old snapshot doesn't have any contents of those settings or those features, so you may want to put that into your snapshot and then have it send an email out to all of your clients saying, hey, I've just updated the snapshot, feel free to click it and redeploy the snapshot and get all the updates in your account. Things like that. So one of the things I want to share with you here is some of the options for sharing the snapshot, because sometimes people don't look at this and they don't understand what they are. So we're going to be covering several of these option buttons over here. I'm just going to blow these up here so that we can see them. Notice that this is a share. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on sharing. And of course, we're going to zoom back out here, recenter this, and we're going to look at the share type. Now here we see we've got several different links inside of this that we can potentially share out to people. Let me quickly cover these. Right now, get one-time share link. That's pretty straightforward. So what this means is that you get a link. If you're going to get a one-time share link, you're going to say get link. This link is only good one time. So if you ever want to send it to somebody, and it could be, maybe if you wanted to sell your snapshot and you wanted to send them a link to get it, they can click on the link one time, but they couldn't forward that link to their buddies and then have them click on it and then have them download the same snapshot. They only get that option once. You could do that if you want to, if that's the way your business process works, but keep in mind it's a one-time share link only whenever you deploy this. You can also do the same thing if you want to email the share link for that same type of link. If you just want to email it, you can click on this and put in all of the emails that you want. So you could just do a bulk email for everybody. If you have a list, just copy and paste the emails, send an email out, and then that's a quick and easy way to get that one-time link sent out to all of your people in your email link. There's the get permanent link. Now this permanent link is what you think it is. This is the link that will always refer to the snapshot, and most of the time I see people using this type of link when they refer to their snapshots, because right now the whole point of a snapshot is to share it. Now, as an affiliate, you might share a snapshot because if somebody doesn't have an account in Highlevel and they click on that particular snapshot link to get your snapshot, they will have to create a Gohighlevel account before they can utilize that. And when they do, you as the affiliate will get credit because it's coming from your snapshot. So other people who they might sell a snapshot, getting a permanent link is just a very easy way of handling that. The permanent link is there. It will always work unless we have the scenario that we talked about previously where you deleted the sub account and then you had to try to recreate the snapshot. Then that becomes a problem. So hopefully you understood that whenever I went through it a few minutes ago. But the permanent link is about the easiest way that I've seen people use this type of sharing method. Now, there are some other ways that you can have it here that I thought were pretty interesting. Get agency restricted link. So, what this means is that if you wanted to share this link, but only wanted to share it with certain people, so what you would end up doing is you would get their agency relationship number. Now, if you have Highlevel, you understand what I mean by an agency relationship number. Every agency has a unique number. So if you wanted to put their number in here, comma, put the next number, comma, put the next number, those agencies are the only people that would be allowed to use this snapshot. So it's a security feature in case you want to deploy it or send it out to a group of people. You could feel free to send this link out to anybody, but you just need to know the agency numbers first, because Highlevel will only deploy this to those accounts with those agency numbers. Pretty slick, right? I thought so. So right here, we're going to do get sub account restricted link. This is the exact same method, except for an agency level, we're only sharing it with the sub account. So right now, you would have to get the sub account location ID or the sub account ID, which again is in the settings that you can go to. Once you have that, you can simply deploy this and put in the sub account ID, get the link, and then send it out to everybody. And then only those people with that particular account can now download and use your snapshot. So one of the things, these are the different ways that Highlevel currently has to deploy snapshots. Now, one of the things I do want to tell you is it might be, if you haven't started this, or maybe you want to change this, there's a little trick that you can end up doing if you ever find yourself in a position where you want to have a snapshot, but that snapshot's link may change from time to time. So right now, what I'm going to do is show you how you can set up your system inside of Gohighlevel to where you can get one link, and that link remains standard throughout any snapshot that you currently have. Now, if you really think about it, you probably can already imagine which feature in Highlevel I'm talking about. That's going to be the URL redirect. So right now, let's just say in this particular account, we'll do an affiliate snapshot. We'll just use this account because we're already here. And we go into settings, and we want to go into the URL redirects. Now, if you're not familiar with URL redirects, I don't want to cover all of it here. There's a whole other video I have on my channel that you could watch that covers and shows you all the use cases that you can use this for. I wanted to give you a specific use case with your snapshot because this is a pretty cool way that you can have one link, one website link for each snapshot. Now again, this isn't for all. This is only for each particular snapshot. So what I want to do is I want to add a redirect. Now, what this redirect is going to do, it's going to take any particular domain that you currently have set up, and then you're going to have a certain path for this. So right now I'm going to choose a domain. Of course, I don't have any domains for this, which is not going to make it good. I'm sorry about that. Let me go to this one here. This is another test demo account that we have. I know that we have account set up here. So this is a domain that we've got set up for testing purposes here. And what I want to do is, so if people go to this digiglobalagency.com / we'll just do affiliate - snapshot. So if they go to that URL, okay, that's a URL that you can put in all of your emails, that you could send out to everybody, and that no matter what link it is, what the permanent link or the path link for that particular snapshot is, they can always go to this link and get the snapshot, okay? This does require a little bit of setup before you get started. So if you've already built your snapshots and deployed links and URLs, may not be the best way to handle it. But if you're just getting started, or if you create new snapshots, you might want to use this feature. So here we're going to create this. We're going to create a path for this. Now the target. Where do we want this thing to go? When the URL, when somebody types in this HTTPS digiglobalagency.com / affiliate snapshot, where do we want this thing to go? We have to put in a target URL. Now, this target URL is going to be the share link from your snapshot. So right now, whatever snapshot that you want to share, you're going to be putting in here. So right now, I'm going to just take we'll just do this affiliate snapshot. Let's just say we wanted to get the permanent link. We would click on get link. Okay. I don't want to do that here and expose the link. Sorry, everybody. But you can get a permanent link here. Now, from this permanent link, you would copy it, and then you would come over here into the target URL and paste it. So what I'm going to do is just simply put people go to this, and it's going to redirect them to Google. Okay? I know, pretty limited, pretty simple, but you get the point. The point is that now I can have a URL inside of my Highlevel system, in my business account, where I can say, go to this domain, and then it will redirect you. So let's test this real quick. digiglobalagency.com/affiliate-snapshot. So right there, the URL worked. It went to that particular URL. Highlevel said, URL, we're going to send you over to the Google page, which is what it did. But in this case, instead of going to Google, it would go and click a link to your affiliate, to your snapshot. And then your snapshot would pretty much pull up an interface then, which allows the person to import that into their account. So that right there is just a really quick tip that you could do if you ever wanted to sit back and use standard, use your domain, for instance. Maybe you want more traffic come into your domain, so you can have people go to that particular domain, to the URL, redirect, and then from there go over to your snapshot. That way, if you ever change your snapshot or redo it or something like that, you'll never have to redo the original permanent link again, because all you have to do, if you ever did change the link, it's just simply come in here to the URL redirect, edit it, and then change this here from Google. Let's just say we changed the link and we're going to CNN right now. So once you do that, that's the only thing that's required. And then everybody who you sent out the link to, now they don't know the difference. All you're doing is sending them to a different place. So I hope that made sense to you as far as how you can, the different share links that you can do, how you can organize them, and how you can actually create, use Highlevel in a different way to create links for this particular snapshot, to make snapshot URL management easier. Now, let me hop back over here, because that was only one part of this particular video. Those people that have snapshots could have several snapshots. Each snapshot could be deployed to different clients. So I'm just going to say, let's make it easy that we've got 10 clients. Okay, so you might have 2 snapshots. Snapshot 1 goes through clients 1 through 5. Snapshot 2 goes through 6 through 10. Okay, makes sense? So that could just be how you're set up here. But how do you sit back and have, we've already talked about, in that kind of case, we've got 2 snapshots. We would need 2 sub-accounts to create those snapshots from. So we would need to keep track of that. Now, for me personally, I just kind of name my accounts, something snapshot. You could put some special characters in the beginning of it or something like that, but just obviously give your sub account a name that's pretty obviously that is a sub account that you have, and then that way nobody will go in there, nobody needs to go in there, and you could, in a sense, restrict who has access to that particular account so that nobody goes in there and messes it up. So, but right now we would have 2 sub accounts, 2 snapshots, and then each snapshot would be deployed to different clients. You can see as your clients were to grow, and if you were to use different sub accounts, it can be kind of hectic knowing in the future. Let's just say it's 6 months from now and you update that snapshot. You're like, which clients did I deploy these to? Which clients actually have this snapshot? I don't know. The great thing about it is that you don't need to remember. That's awesome. You don't need to do that because Highlevel remembers for you. So there's 2 different type of accounts when it comes to snapshot. You have the original sub account that you use to create the snapshot from, and then you have linked accounts. Those are the accounts that you've deployed the snapshot to. Highlevel remembers both of them. Isn't that amazing how that works? So inside of this, you see the affiliate snapshot. You would see that this right here is the original account name that created that particular snapshot. That is what you would use this page, this icon for. Let's scroll over right here. This little thing that says refresh snapshot. When you click on that button, what Highlevel is going to do, it's going to go back out to the original sub account that snapshot was created from, and it's going to import any of the changes. Now, when it says import any of the changes, that means any workflows that you've modified or changed get added. Any new features that you've put in there get added. Remember I said before that when Gohighlevel comes out with new features, you can implement those new features in the sub account, turn them on, maybe they're in the labs or something like that, but you can enable those and put those into the snapshot. When you click refresh, Highlevel is going to go get all the new updates and then automatically put those updates into your snapshot. Beautiful, right? That's an awesome way to update your snapshot. Very quick, very easy. Now, if you take a look at this, notice I've been playing with this prior to coming up with this video so I can make sure everything works right. But notice right here, July 31st, 2023, this is when this thing was last updated. If I wanted to, I can, there have been no changes since then, but I can just simply click on the snapshot. Do you want to update the snapshot? Okay. So at this particular point, what it's going to do, notice that this thing is spinning. If I can get over there real quick, notice this little icon is just spinning, spinning, spinning. That's just letting you know that Highlevel is working to update your snapshot. Whenever it's finished updating, you will see this particular date change. Notice, boom, there it is. The icon is switched, and now we see an updated date. So that really only took a few seconds because we don't have a ton of information inside of this affiliate snapshot that has changed from before. Now, that right there is a great feature, first of all. If you didn't know that existed, how easily it is that you can go update it, or if you wanted to, you can even remove items from your snapshot. That's something that you could do too. But the other thing I want to kind of show you is this other feature right here. Now, push update to linked accounts. Okay? This is how, whenever you create initially, if you were to create an account, this could be manually or it could be done with the SaaS configurator. If you ever created an account with a snapshot, then that account becomes linked to the snapshot. That's what it means. So if we clicked on this right now, and I'm just going to show you this, but I need to back up a little bit here. If we click on this, this now comes up and shows you, hey, for this account snapshot, these are the two linked locations, sub-accounts inside of your agency that you have deployed or used this snapshot for in some way, shape, or form. Perfect, right? So this is where you don't need to remember what accounts you deployed them to. All you need to do is whenever you create the account, whether it be through a manual process or through the SaaS configurator, you just want to make sure that this is a snapshot that you use when you deploy or create the account. So, perfect. So we don't even need to remember that. This makes deployment so much easier because now once you update that snapshot and you want to deploy those changes, you already know what accounts are linked to that snapshot. Beautiful. I mean, this is I worked in IT for a long time, and deployments for this stuff becomes a nightmare trying to know who to send stuff out to, what to update. I mean, it becomes a real challenge. So here we see that there's two accounts that have been linked to this. We can choose to select all or skip. I'm just going to choose to select all so we could proceed and see what's going to happen here. So here we see, okay, here is looks very similar to when you're deploying, pushing on a snapshot initially. You get all of these particular changes. Now, here's the question that a lot of people get. I want to deploy updates to my linked accounts, but I don't want to deploy everything inside of the snapshot. So let's just say on the update, you went in and you put in a funnel. Okay, you want to deploy a new lead generation funnel to all of your clients that use a snapshot that didn't exist before. How would you push out that particular funnel and none of the other updates in your account to everybody in your account so you make sure that you people can get the update? Well, if this is the case here, okay, you can simply click skip all, which turns all the features off. Now you can scroll down here to funnels and websites, and of course, if we take a look here, we see There are three. So we see that we've got this cool SaaS onboarding funnel. Maybe that's a new funnel that you created for your clients that you want to push out. So at this point, you would just simply click select and select this one feature. So if we look at this, notice that beside all these other features, we have 0, 0, 0. It just means that we're not deploying anything in those areas except the funnel as a website. We're deploying one. So here we see, boom, we can have this this particular funnel or whatever funnel you create. In this example, I'm just choosing a funnel. It could be custom values that you push out. It could be membership products, membership offers. It could be anything that you have inside of Highlevel. It could even be a new feature that we talked about that maybe currently isn't even displayed here at this moment. If we wanted to, we can come down to the workflows, and we have a whole bunch of different workflows that we created in my affiliate snapshot. But you could choose a particular workflow if you want to deploy that, and you could do that as well. So once you do this, you can simply click proceed. Now what it's going to do is going to come here and say, is there going to be a conflict? And in this case, no. Why is that? Because in this example, you created a new funnel inside of your snapshot. That funnel does not exist nor has been created inside of the sub-accounts that are linked to the snapshot. So therefore, there's no conflict because that doesn't exist yet. You're deploying that new funnel to them. Maybe you want to give them a bonus. Maybe you want to just continue to add value to your clients. So you want to deploy this, but notice no conflicts. So here I can simply click proceed. And right now, I'm sorry, I'm not going to click skip all here. So there's no conflict. So I'm just going to choose overwrite and overwrite because in this particular case, you only get two options. Skip it, which means it does nothing. Overwrite it, which means it pushes it in there and installs it, even if there's one that's already there. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this for the DigiAgent. I'm not going to push this to the my affiliate account. I'm only going to do this for the Gohighlevel agency demo account. And I'm just going to say overwrite. And I'm going to push that new SaaS deployment funnel to it. Of course, I need to come here and confirm. And right now, copying data will notify you when everything is complete. So one of the things, like how would you get notified? Simply come over here and click on the view changelog and look at your notifications here. And you would just see affiliate snapshot loaded. You would see all of your stuff. Once it's finished, you would see it inside of your notifications here. So right now, we're going to hop back over to the Gohighlevel agency. We're going to come back over here and click on sites. And we're going to see if it's here. And looky, here we go. The SaaS onboarding funnel. Now, I just did this on a small scale. I just took one funnel and deployed it to one sub account. But you can see how easy this is. If you have a snapshot set to 200 clients and you want to deploy this funnel to 200 clients, what I just did was the exact same process that you would go through. Notice in the beginning when we went through the deployment, you only chose the particular linked accounts on the first screen. After that, you didn't see anything more about sub-accounts. You just saw what features of the sub-account do you want to deploy. So once you choose that, which in this case we chose one funnel, we're deploying one funnel to 200 clients. You could have done that in a matter of, if you really knew what you were doing, you could have clicked, shared, chosen everybody, went to the next one, to the funnel. You could have done that in 20 seconds. And next thing you know, boom, in 20 seconds, come on, really? 20 seconds, you're deploying a new funnel to 200 clients in your system. Crazy, right? That's how easy Gohighlevel has made deploying snapshots, again, if you sit back and do it correctly. So that's all I had on this one that I really wanted to kind of show you. A lot of people have seen inside of the Facebook group when they talk about snapshots and they really start getting into this at a higher level where they're deploying it and they're literally using these snapshots as a deployment mechanism to push out data and new features and updates to everybody. This is how you do it. These are the features that Highlevel has built into the snapshot deployment to make you running your agency so much easier. And you can see that was pretty easy. I stepped through it pretty, took me a couple of minutes to kind of go through and explain it, but now that I've done it, you can sit back and go through this process. And like I said, in a matter of 15 to 20 seconds, click, here's what I want to deploy, click, Not only that, it's so easy, you don't even have to do that yourself. Your team can do that for you. A virtual assistant can do this for you, and deploy it out to all the clients. Now, obviously, if you're deploying that much out to 200 clients, you want to make, better make, certain that you're deploying what you want to deploy and you're not overriding anything. So, right now, I need to step back and give you a few cautions regarding this. Now, some of the cautions that I want to give you, and I read this, I haven't run across this particular problem myself, but I did read this in some of the documentation. If you're dealing with custom values, let me come back to that real quick here. Let me give another example. Let's just say you have a workflow. You have a workflow, and you have updated the particular workflow to to a new version of workflow that somebody needs to be using. First of all, it's never a good practice to push out and overwrite an existing in-use workflow. You can cause a lot of problems to your client if you do that. So first of all, if you're pushing out a new version of a workflow, you probably should have, lead management workflow V1, V2, V3, something like that. Some just real quick, easy things so you know the current version. And then that way, if when you send an email out saying, hey, 200 clients, I just want to let you know I've deployed a new version of the workflow that has some of these new cool features. Maybe it has a new cool action, some new actions that Highlevel created, or new triggers that Highlevel puts in there in some of their workflows. That could be the case too. But you deploy it as like, I've deployed a new version of this. The newest version is version 3. So please look, if you want to utilize this, it's now available inside of your account. I've deployed it. Just look at lead management version 3 workflow. And if you want to begin using it, please do so. Now, the reason you want to do that, because if you don't version them or you don't create different names for the workflows, you can create a conflict where one workflow can actually push out and deploy and overwrite an existing workflow. Now, if you've ever dealt with workflows, you know that can be a problem because workflows are not just a one and done thing. You could have wait steps. You could have other people currently actively in the workflow. Let's just say it's an email workflow where, you're sending them, it could be an email nurture workflow where they're going through a series of steps and you're sending them email campaigns. Well, if you push out and deploy the new workflow on top of that one, you could in a sense delete or get rid of all the current active workflow members because now you're pushing out a new version directly to it. So can you see how that could be a real big problem? So yeah, just be careful about that. That way it's always a good idea to do version at the end, and then that way let the client handle that, switching it over. And that way, maybe they can transition once the version 2 workflow. If they want to use the version 3, then great, they have that available, but it doesn't create any conflicts, and therefore you're not overriding anything. So now that I've said that, let me come back to custom values. Custom values inside of Highlevel's documentation are one thing that will not overwrite the values. So if you have a custom value that you've already deployed and you're redeploying that custom value to a client, it will not overwrite the data that they currently already have in their system. So whatever current custom value they have set will not be deleted. Now, just letting you know, and I can't really see how that would be a problem. Typically if you're deploying stuff, you only want to deploy new values, but just to let you know, if you do deploy custom values, the original values that they have will not be deleted, according to Gohighlevel's documentation. So hopefully you found this video useful. I'm just kind of thinking, is there anything else we could do to wrap up on this? But for right now, I hope that you found everything in this. Again, this is a little bit more advanced, but I hope you found it useful. If you're an agency and you're looking to deploy your snapshots and update snapshots, hopefully it's made it very clear on how easy it is to update it, how to update it in the sub account, how to do URL redirects, maybe to keep that little trick to just have one URL link for each one of your snapshots, and that way you can in a sense hide the link for that. Hide the actual download link with the URL redirect in case anything changes in the back end. Then we've looked at deploying. We've looked at deploying sub accounts, how we can deploy it. All of that stuff can be easily done inside of the snapshot management tool here. So right now, again, the two features that you want to deal with are this refresh snapshot and this push update to linked accounts. Some of these other ones are just simply edit it. You can copy it or even delete it if you want to. Um, but again, I go over all of that in my other snapshot videos that you have on my channel. Hey, if you found this video useful, please leave me a comment below. I always appreciate it. And of course, with the YouTube algorithm, those kind of things always help me with promoting the video, which is I'm here for you. As an affiliate, I'm here to help you guys out. And I just hope you would appreciate that and help me out as well, doing some simple things like clicking the subscribe button, clicking that bell notification and leaving me a comment, all of which tells YouTube that this information was very informative and is something that other people might want to know. So, guys, thank you so much for visiting my channel. And if you have not signed up for Highlevel, or if you're looking to upgrade your account, please use my affiliate link below. I always appreciate it. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, if you're interested in learning more about Highlevel, click on the link below regarding my free Highlevel course. It goes over everything that you need to do to get your account created, get it set up, and get it going in about 2 days. I also, if you sign up with Highlevel with me, I do offer a snapshot as well as a client onboarding course that can be used by your client or even used to train your own team to do client onboarding. I want to thank you so much again and have a great day.